Hey, check these out. I just printed these buildings and they're looking great. When I first opened this 3D printer, I had no idea how it worked. It all seemed like magic. As I watched it create models from scratch, I soon figured it out. And layer by layer, I'll explain how these machines work and what they can be used for in the present and future. 3D printing can be used for many things, from fashion to aerospace technology. During the Renaissance period and many other periods in history, sculptors took a block of marble or stone and chipped pieces off until it was in the right shape. This is called subtractive manufacturing. 3D printing is the opposite. It starts with nothing and builds up until the desired model is complete. This is called additive manufacturing. Chuck Hall, an American engineer, pioneered additive manufacturing when he and his company, 3D Systems Corporation, released the first stereolithographic apparatus, or SLA machine, in 1984. A lot has changed since, but the legacy of the SLA-1 has lived on. To understand how this printer works, we need to understand the parts of it and how they function. The filament, arguably the most important part, is a spaghetti-like material. Filaments can include PLA, which is made from cornstarch, PETG, ABS, and wood. Yes, wood. It's made from only 30 to 40% of wood and 60-70% polymer, which acts as a binding device. Many people use this filament to create unique decor pieces. The filament goes up a tube, and when it reaches the nozzle, it heats up and melts. The nozzle is like a pen, except the ink is filament. It can draw any outline inside the 3D printer's X and Y axis, and when it reaches the print bed, it almost instantly cools. The print bed can move up or down along the Z-axis. This allows the model being printed to gain height. Last but not least, we have the device that tells us the status of the printer. That device is a built-in display. It can tell us how much time is left, the temperatures, and much more. I'll show you how I print some of my 3D models. This is a fan blade. If we scale it up about 100 times, we would get the propeller that actually make planes work. But what goes into the process of making these? Let's find out. You'll need to download your pre-sized model into a USB or SD card. Then plug it in, click USB, and select your model. Confirm the print, and your printer is ready to heat itself up and create their model. After the heating process, the print bed will slowly move down, while the axles move on an XY axis. The printer will print every layer with the melted filament. The thinner each layer is, the more detailed the model will be. After a while, your model would be complete. I'll show you a few pictures of mine and some other prints I've made. To create a 3D model, a designer must open a platform such as Tinkercad, Blender, etc. Then, a computer or platform will slice the model into hundreds of layers. All of the information must then be downloaded into a memory card or USB, which then will be inserted into the 3D printer itself. Although most printers in our homes are PLA and nozzle-based printers, some are very different. One example is a resin printer. It is like a normal 3D printer flipped upside down so that the print bed is at the top. At the bottom is a pool of uncured resin in which the print bed will lower itself into. Below the pool is a cure, which will harden one layer of the model. The printer bed will move up as the layers cure, and then finally the model is finished. When people want to print a model, they usually first go to a website that offers you models for free or for some money. Some websites can include CG Trader, TurboSquid, Thingiverse, and Sketchfab. If the model you want is not available, you could design one yourself and sell it on one of the websites. Currently, many innovations are being made with the help of 3D printing. Many aerospace companies are making more eco-friendly airplanes with 3D printed parts. But While 3D printing is efficient material-wise, it is most definitely not time-wise. Just printing a phone case can take up to 5 hours. If you wanted to print something big like a shoe, it could take several days. Although this technology is still in development, if we put more into it, 3D printing will change how we travel, dress, and much more. Ultimately, it will change how we live. Goodbye and thank you for watching my video.